Well, this is a hedge planted, I guess, about 6 years ago. Mixed species, mainly hawthorn, which you can see is in leaf, but also hazel, dogwood, a little bit perhaps of field maple and so on. And it acts as a very nice boundary against the field and a wonderful wildlife habitat. And we'll let this grow for perhaps another 6 years, and then we'll lay it, which means we cut through half the stem and push it over, which thickens up the hedge, and then it regrows, and then we'll trim it for a few years and then let it grow again for another 12 or 15 years, and then we'll lay it again. So that's how we manage these hedges. It also gives us the opportunity to have a nice wildflower margin, and you can probably see the cowslips flowering now, and later on we'll have all sorts of other nice things like knapweed and bedstraw and so on. So we've got a lovely wildflower headland and our hedge there. And it's just worth saying that if you can see, these hedge plants have still got these spiral guards on them, and they're designed to stop the rabbits eating the young hedge plants, because when they're planted they're only a few inches tall and the rabbits love to nip them off, as do the deer. So we have to protect them against vermin, but the hedge is growing really well, and it also provides great shelter for livestock and a wonderful habitat for wildlife. And a hedge really is just a woodland edge. And a woodland edge is really valuable because it gets a lot of sun, a lot of light. It's warm, it's sheltered, so everything loves it, and things flower and seed, and it's just great for everything. And the other great benefit of hedges is that they connect other habitats, particularly woodland. So if you've got a hedge connecting two pieces of woodland, the wildlife can travel from one bit of woodland to the other along the hedge, out of the way of predators, and it's just a really good way of connecting up the countryside in a very natural and green way. And of course, the other thing is hedges are green growing plants, so they absorb carbon out of the atmosphere, so they act as a sort of carbon sink and a carbon store, which is good. And when we lay them or coppice them, they do produce quite a bit of firewood, which we can use and keep ourselves warm in the winter. And in terms of wildlife, hedges provide a wonderful place for birds to nest, and insects and small mammals, really most things I guess, and hedgehogs like them too. And deer, they like hedgerows, particularly roe deer. They'll use them for shelter.